So now we'll continue from the solved examples and then move to the exercise questions. So the example 20 on page 24, please keep your books handy. Whatever extra part I'm discussing, or if it is not known to you, you should be writing besides that example itself. Okay, so starting with 20th, 1 liter of CO2 is passed over hot coke. Coke is nothing but the elemental carbon. The volume becomes 1.4 liters. So it is increased to 1.4 liter. Find the composition of products assuming measurements at NTP. So the moment they give NTP, matlab we can apply the standard condition for this particular data given. Okay. So firstly, 1 liter of carbon dioxide is passed over hot coke. क्या करेंगे सबसे पहले?
Reaction.
We'll write the reaction. So when carbon dioxide is passed over carbon, what is formed?
Carbon monoxide.
It will form carbon monoxide, and if you see the balancing, it will form 2 moles of carbon monoxide. Carbon dioxide when passed over coke converts to carbon monoxide. Now initially the volume V initial of the carbon dioxide is 1 liter. Now elemental carbon is a solid. If I were to write the physical state, it's gaseous, solid and gaseous. So will the solid carbon have any volume associated with it?
No, sir.
Yes or no?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No. So यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं होगा. And initially, will there be any monoxide formed before the reaction begins?
No, sir.
So we assume that initially the volume of carbon monoxide is 0. Now when the reaction gets completed, 1 mole of CO2 is converted to 2 moles of carbon monoxide. Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So if I consider that the volume of carbon monoxide becomes 2A, meaning there would be how much volume of carbon monoxide which is utilized in the reaction?
A.
A. So there was 1 liter initially present and A is consumed. So what would be the final volume remaining?
1 minus A.
1 minus A. Am I clear on that? 1 liter of CO2 initially gives no volume of carbon monoxide. Finally, reaction completion happens and we get twice the carbon monoxide for every 1 mole of CO2 consumed. So if the 2A is the volume of carbon monoxide, it means A is consumed for CO2. So the remaining would be 1 minus A. Now they have said that the volume becomes 1.4 liter. This is the total volume at the end of the reaction, right? So tell me, what is the total volume from the data?
1.4
1 minus A plus 2A.
plus 2.
1 minus A plus 2A, and that should be equal to
1.4 liters.
1.4 liters. So when you solve this, you get 1 plus A equal to 1.4 and A would be equal to 0.4 liter. So find the composition of the products, matlab the carbon monoxide ka volume would be twice of A, which is 0.8 liter, and the volume of carbon dioxide would be 1 minus A, meaning 0.6 liter. That is the answer. Clear?
Sir,
Amil?
I have a doubt.
Yes.
Sir, why doesn't hot coke have any volume?
Solid substances are incompressible. So the volume occupied by solid is negligible. Don't consider the volume relation in the reaction for the pure solids. It's only for the gas and the liquids.
Okay.
Romil, you were to ask something?
How do we know that not all the reactant is converted into product?
Pardon?
how do we know that all reactants is not converted into product?
See, there might be a partial reaction which could happen over here, but they have already said that the volume becomes 1.4 liter. So if the volume is becoming this much, it means that the reaction has got completed. And now the total volume, which will comprise of carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, would be 1.4 at the end. So
Okay.
for that only, we are saying that 2A is the volume of CO formed. So the A volume of CO2 would be consumed and the amount remaining would be 1 minus A. Now
Okay.
the total would be 1 plus A. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, this is a very important question. Mark it as important, please. Find out equivalent weight of H3PO4 in the reaction. Note the word in the reaction. So सबसे पहले, tell me, how do we find the equivalent weight?
Molar mass upon the N factor.
Very good. Equivalent weight of any substance is molar mass upon the N factor. Now this N factor differs for different species. So I have talked about N factor for acid, base and the salt. Three things I've already discussed. Yes. What is N factor for an
Yes, sir.
acid?
Number of hydrogen atoms.
Basicity, the number of H plus ions. For a base,
Acidity.
acidity, number of OH minus ions. And for the salt,
Total charge.
total charge of
Cation
Cation
or
and
anion.
anion.
either the cation or the anion, which is going to be same in magnitude but opposite in sign. Are these three things clear?
Yes, sir.
Acid, base and salt. Okay. Now, if I have just the acid given, H3PO4. Okay. Do you know the name of this acid? Anyone?
Phosphoric acid.
Phosphoric acid.
It's phosphoric acid. Phosphoric acid. How many H plus ions does it have?
3.
3. Okay. Then phosphorus के और भी acids है H3PO3. What is this acid called?
Phosphorus.
Phosphorus.
Phosphorus acid. And how many H plus ions does this acid have?
3.
3.
2.
Okay.
Sorry, 3.
Someone said 2. I'll come to that. And I also have H3PO2. This is called hypophosphorus acid. Hypophosphorus acid. Now, the word hypo prefixed with phosphorus acid indicates the decrease of one oxygen with respect to the actual acid. So if phosphorus is H3PO3, hypo of that would be H3PO2. Clear? अब इसमें बहुत सारी चीजें मैं बताने वाला हूँ. You should be noting down this somewhere. जो भी बुक आपने बनाया, please make a note of this. जो भी मैं बता रहा हूँ यहाँ पर. So firstly, H3PO4 is an oxy acid of phosphorus. क्या बोला मैंने?
Oxy acid.
Oxy acid. Oxy acids are those acids in which the H is bonded with oxygen atom. Oxy acid are those acids in which the H is bonded to the oxygen. ठीक है, नाम से याद रखो. ऑक्सी मतलब ऑक्सीजन, एसिड मतलब H. तो जिस भी एसिड्स में OH ग्रुप होता है, they are called as the oxy acids. Now this phosphoric acid का structure is important. The structure is P double bond O, OH, OH and OH. This is the structure. ठीक है. Now, if I have phosphorus acid, what is the difference in the phosphoric and phosphorus?
Oxidation number of phosphorus.
First is oxidation number of phosphorus. Very good. आप देखोगे तो यहाँ पर tell me what is the oxidation number of H3PO4? Do you know how to calculate oxidation number?
Five.
Yes, sir.
Plus 3 minus 8. So P will acquire plus 5.
Plus 5.
Moving to next. Plus 3 minus 6.
Plus 3.
Plus 3. And then plus 3 minus 4. Plus 1. Clear?
Yes.
So pehla difference is the oxidation number in the 3 oxy acids which we have in front of us. Okay. Now structurally, if you look at phosphoric versus phosphorus, there is a difference of 1 oxygen. So one of the oxygen from the OH is not present. Matlab, if I were to draw the structure now, it is P double bond O, first OH here, second OH here, and the third will be just H from the difference. And then एक और oxygen कम हुआ तो we will have the structure as P double bond O, one OH, second would be
H.
just H, and third would be
H.
H. Clear?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. अब the basicity of the acid is dependent on the number of OH groups present, because जो OH groups होते हैं they are quite polar. Polar meaning the difference in electronegativity is quite large. Polar का मतलब the difference in electronegativity is large. That is why जितने OH groups होंगे that would be the number of H plus ions of that acid. Oxy acids में the number of dissociable H plus ions, जिसको हम basicity भी बोलते हैं, will be proportional to the number of OH groups present. The H will be dissociated because of the polarity of the O negative and the H plus, right? So phosphorus ka basicity is how much? Sorry, phosphoric acid ka basicity is how much?
3.
3. It's a tri-basic acid. Phosphorus would be a,
Dibasic.
and hypophosphorus acid would be a
Monobasic.
monobasic acid. So this H3 which you observe is a misleading concept. If you look at directly, then all are the tri-basic acids. अगर फंडा ना पता हो तो आप बोलोगे तीनों का n factor या basicity is 3, which is wrong. Oxy acids में the number of H plus ions or the basicity is proportional to the number of OH groups. So these 3 acids are very, very important. Phosphoric, phosphorus and hypophosphorus with the basicities 3, 2 and 1 respectively. समझा?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if we talk about any of these oxy acids individually, then these are the n factors. Matlab, this will be divided by 3 for the n factor. The second would be divided by 2. Third will be divided by 1. But in the reaction, the n factor would be equal to the number of H plus ions which are neutralized by the, कौन neutralize करता है H plus को? Base. So n factor of an acid in the, कहाँ पर? Reaction will be equal to the number of H plus ions which is neutralized by whom? Base. So for a complete neutralization, H3PO4 would require how many moles of a base?
3.
3. Does everyone agree?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. और अगर diacidic base होगा तो accordingly it will change. ठीक है. But the funda is n factor of an acid is not always the number of H plus ions, because in the reaction we are looking at the number of H plus ions which are neutralized by the base. ये point समझा everyone?
So what will be the N factor for H3PO3 in the reaction?
That is what it will be dependent on how many moles of the base are present. वही example मैं दे रहा हूँ, just have a look at it. So the reaction which is given in the example is calcium hydroxide plus H3PO4 phosphoric acid gives CaHPO4 and twice of H2O. So simple trick बताता हूँ. The trick is just look at the number of water molecules formed. कितना दिख रहा है? 2. Now in any neutralization, the number of water formed is dependent on how many H plus and OH minus ions are being combined.
1 each.
So with 2 H2O, can I say that there are 2 H plus and 2 OH minus
Yes, sir.
neutralized? So CaOH twice का 2 OH minus ions है and H3PO4 का 3 H plus ions है theoretically. But are all the 3 H plus ions consumed here? No. With a complete neutralization, we know that there are 2 H plus and 2 OH minus ions जो कि neutralization में use हुआ है. मतलब the number of H plus ions to be considered here is not 3, it will be 2. समझा?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Therefore, the equivalent weight would be equal to the molar mass of H3PO4. 98 होता है वो. Upon क्या करेंगे? Upon 2. And here we get the answer as 98 by 2, which is equal to 49. समझा?
So,
Hmm.
so which this means that H3PO4 is not completely dissociated and
Completely
CaHPO4
neutralized.
neutralized and CaHPO4 is acid salt.
Yes, it is an acidic salt. Perfect. Because there is one H plus still remaining. Perfect. Perfect. In fact, sulfuric acid जब neutralize होता है, there are 2 salts which are formed. Everyone knows that.
Yes.
What are those salts which are formed? Let's say NaOH is the base.
NaHSO4 and
NaHSO4 and
KHSO4.
Na2SO4.
Na2SO4. एक तो बनता है NaHSO4 जिसमें we can say that only one H plus ion of the sulfuric acid is consumed. तो इसको देखकर भी तो आप बोल सकते हो what will be the N factor for the acid? What will be the N factor? 1. But Na2SO4 दिया होगा मतलब complete neutralization हुआ है तो इस केस में the N factor will be 2. समझा? Once again I repeat, if I am not talking about the reaction, the N factor of phosphoric acid would be taken as 3, no doubt about it. But when this acid is involved in the reaction, specifically the neutralization reaction, then you have to see how many H plus ions are being neutralized. वही उसका N factor गिना जाएगा, ना कि the number of H plus ions which are actually present. देखो मैंने 3 cancel करके 2 लिया है. ठीक है, I'll give you some more examples. You tell me what is the N factor to be taken. If I have NaOH plus H3PO2 and I get Na2HPO2 and twice H2O. The question is, what is the equivalent weight of H3PO2? Sorry, H3PO3 should be. Huh. Hmm.
2.
Yes?
2.
It will be 2. See, NaOH, I am not balanced the reaction. अगर balance करूँगा तो ये हो जाएगा twice. So now I can say there are 2 OH minus and 2 H plus ions which are forming the twice of H2O. And phosphorus acid जो है उसमें 2 ही H plus तो होता है. So would it be correct to write 3NaOH reacting with H3PO3? Possible hoga kya? Will that be a valid reaction now?
No, sir.
No, because there are maximum H plus ions present with H3PO3 only
2.
2.
Similarly H3PO2 के लिए maximum of
1.
1 NaOH can be reacted. तो उसका n factor individually भी बात करें या reaction में भी बात करें, it's going to be 1. The question is the acids which are polybasic, जिसमें एक से ज्यादा H plus ions होते हैं, उसका n factor can be 1, 2 or whatever number. It will be dependent on the reaction which is given. समझ में आ गया? समझ में आ
Yes,
गया?
sir.
The
Yes,
n
sir.
factor for polybasic acid is not directly equal to its max value. It can be 1, it can be 2, or it can be 3, as in the case of phosphoric acid. Am I clear on that? Quickly tell me.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this concept was very, very important. Okay. Next, 24. The hydrated salt Na2SO4.NH2O undergoes 55.9% loss in weight on heating and becomes anhydrous. The value of N will be, you have to find how many water of crystallization is present in this hydrated salt. The hint is this. Think.
Sir, take the weight of entire salt to be 100.
Entire salt to be 100, okay?
100. And
So 55.9 will be the weight of the water.
weight of water.
Undergoes 55.9% loss in weight on heating. So when a hydrated salt is heated, what would get lost?
Water.
Water. So the loss in weight is equivalent to the amount of the water present.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Simple. So we can just use the unitary method over here. And we can compare Na2SO4 versus the water. Now we know that the water is 55.9. So percentage hai, so if I consider 100 gram of the salt, if this is 55.9 gram, then Na2SO4 will be
100.
44.
नहीं 100 तो पूरे
हाँ.
hydrated salt का है ना, so this will be 44.1.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and if I consider the 1 mole relation of this, 1 mole relation, then Na2SO4 amount would be equal to 1 mole of this. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
तो कितना लेंगे?
89.
You have to just add up the sodium का sulfur का and
142.
oxygen.
142.
42. बराबर. और water का कितना लेंगे?
18N.
18N. Because we are talking about NH2O, right? समझा क्या?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So it's simple. For 55.9 gram of water, there is 44.1 gram Na2SO4 and 1 mole का relation तो हमें पहले से ही किसी भी standard salt का पता ही होता है. मतलब if I consider 1 mole of this, I will have 42 grams of Na2SO4 and 18N of H2O. So when you solve this, the N comes out to be 10. Acha, in the solution, this 18N is taken to be X, and this X comes out to be 180. So finally 180 is the amount of water. आपको moles find करना है तो divide by 18 करोगे. Either ways, the answer which you get would be 10. समझा?
Sir, what is 18? Sir, I didn't understand the 18 part.
See, salt क्या है अपना Na2SO4.NH2O. मुझे बताओ इसका अगर total molar mass find करना हो तो आप क्या करते हैं? Na2SO4 का
So
142
plus X.
प्लस x नहीं, NH2O मतलब H2O का तो 18 होता है ना, तो इट विल बी टेकन एज
Yes.
18N. सो बाइफरकेट करूंगा तो 1 मोल ऑफ Na2SO4 डॉट NH2O का Na2SO4 वुड बी 142 एंड वाटर वुड बी 18N, और वही N जो है वो तो आपको फाइंड करना है. समझा?
Yes, sir.
ओके. 25th is important. Pay attention. An element X having equivalent mass forms a general oxide of the type XMON. So its atomic mass should be, and the options given are in terms of the equivalent mass of the element, है ना? So you have to express the answer in the equivalent mass relation. Question clear है? बोलो.
Yes, sir.
Keep responding, please. I don't have to repeat again and again. So now let's understand the concept of the oxides. If I talk about aluminium, what is the oxide of aluminium?
Al2O3.
Famously called alumina, everyone. Famously called
Aluminum.
alumina. So in this oxide, if you are asked equivalent weight of the metal, that is aluminium, it will be equal to what?
Mole weight upon 3.
Pardon?
Mole weight upon 3.
Molar weight upon 3, and molar weight of aluminium is
27.
27. And why did you take 3?
Reacted with 3 oxygen.
Pardon?
Produce 3 oxygen at like valency is 3.
Valency is 3. If you cross multiply, you get Al का 3 and oxygen का 2 minus, and cross multiply करके ही तो आपको alumina formula मिलता है ना. मतलब can I say the equivalent weight of the metal in the oxide is found as molar mass upon the
In fact,
n factor, और n factor यहाँ पर हम charge consider कर रहे हैं. ठीक है?
yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if I ask you the same question for the FeO oxide, ferrous oxide, what is equivalent weight of Fe?
Fifty-six by 2.
56/2.
Why did you take 2 now?
Because the
Towards
charge
which
of
value?
fer-
The charge is
Plus 2.
2
plus 2.
plus.
plus 2. Matlab, if you have the oxygen ka valency as -2, then whatever the valency of the metal is there, that is always its n factor.
Yes, sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If I take Cu2O, what is the equivalent weight of copper now?
Sir, 63.5.
Upon 1.
Upon
1. So say
Upon 1.
1. Because now this is a cuprous oxide. Cuprous का मतलब copper is +1 and oxide is -2. 2 cross multiply हुआ, that's why the oxide formula is Cu2O. बराबर? And can I write FeO as Fe2O2? चलेगा क्या?
Yes, sir.
मतलब for the oxide, the oxygen का valency should always be 2 negative. Then whatever is the charge present of the metal, that is the n factor associated with the equivalent weight. बराबर? समझा?
Yes, sir.
अगर कॉन्सेप्ट समझा है तो अब मैं एक जनरल ऑक्साइड ले रहा हूं XMON. I want to find the equivalent weight of X here. So it will be equal to molar mass upon the
N.
M.
n factor, right? तो आप क्वेश्चन को वापस देखोगे तो एटॉमिक मास पूछा है इन टर्म्स ऑफ इक्विवेलेंट मास, मतलब m is to be expressed in terms of E. So basically the answer will be E times this, है ना? अरे बोलो,
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
बोलो बोलो, वापस बोलो, क्या बोलोगे? यस सर.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now for the oxides हमें करना क्या है? We need to have the real valency of oxygen equal to 2 over here. मतलब मुझे इस m को क्या बनाना है?
2.
2. अब मैं m को 2 कैसे बनाऊं?
Multiply and divide by 2.
Multiply and divide. अगर मुझे 2 बनाना है तो मैं डिवाइड करूंगा with m and multiply by 2. आया 2? अब मैंने क्या बोला था, जो कीड़ा हम कहीं पे करते हैं वही सेम कीड़ा उसके मॉलिक्यूल में करना पड़ेगा टू बैलेंस ऑफ, राइट? मतलब n को भी मल्टीप्लाई बाय
2 by m.
2
2 and divide by m. Everyone, is this clear?
Yes, sir.
I
Yes,
have
sir.
just modified this xmon as x2o 2nm by 2n by m. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
मतलब this is now x with a plus 2n by m and o with a minus 2. वही सेम फंडा मुझे यहाँ पर भी मिल गया. मतलब मेरे क्वेश्चन मार्क का आंसर क्या है? बोलो एवरीवन. What is the answer of my question mark?
2n
M
by
is
m.
me upon 2n.
2n by m. ये क्वेश्चन मार्क मतलब ये. So finally the atomic mass of this metal would be E into 2n by m, and that is your final answer. Do you see the option?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
समझ में आ गया? Now just move to the handwritten notes on page 1.8. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So E part of the N factor is real valency of oxygen, and the real valency of oxygen in the oxide is always -2.
So which page?
Page 1.8 handwritten at the start. 1.8. The N factor table.
Yes.
Mila?
Yes, sir.
In the E part, I have discussed about oxide, and the N factor is the real valency of oxygen, which I am saying is -2. And for alumina, I have given the N factor 3 for NO. I've equated that as N2O2, similar to this. Yes?
Yes, sir.
And then AXOY, मैंने यहाँ पर X और Y लिया है, तो उसका जो N factor आ रहा है, that's 2Y by X, जो मुझे यहाँ पर मिला. Yes or no?
Yes.
समझा? समझा?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, once you understand oxide का concept, you can apply this concept for a sulfide, nitride, phosphide, halide and so on. जो भी anions है, उनके corresponding sulfides, nitrides, phosphides, halides के लिए, if the equivalent weight or the N factor is asked, you can just apply this simple relation. I'll give you an example once again. Let's say I have a nitride of the type X, M, N and छोटा n. Let's change it to AB. ठीक है, X से N भी दिया है. मुझे X का equivalent mass find करना है. चलो बताओ.
Multiply both sides by 3 by a.
Perfect. अब 3/A क्यों करना पड़ा? क्योंकि नाइट्राइड इज अ अनायन विथ -3 ना. सल्फाइड तो ऑक्साइड की फैमिली है, तो इसमें कोई फर्क नहीं आएगा. Similarly, nitride and phosphide, the concept remains the same because they are from the same family. अब फैमिली समझता है ना पीरियोडिक टेबल के बाद?
Yes, sir.
They have the similar relation, and halides belonging to the group 17 will also have the similar concept. So now मुझे n को 3 नेगेटिव लाना है, मतलब n के लेफ्ट पे ये इसको 3 करना है. 3 करना है तो डिवाइड बाय a मल्टीप्लाई बाय 3. जो कीड़ा इधर किया वही कीड़ा उधर करने का, मतलब मल्टीप्लाई बाय 3 डिवाइड बाय a. Hence the n factor is 3b by a. खत्म. समझा?
Yes, sir.
sir.
तो उसी टेबल में मैंने देखो एसिड डिस्कस किया, बट
Yes,
नाउ इन दैट सेम कॉलम यू कैन राइट फॉर रिएक्शन. मैंने यहाँ पर लिखा है ना, फॉर रिएक्शन एन फैक्टर एसिड का क्या होता है? नंबर ऑफ H प्लस न्यूट्रलाइज्ड बाय बेस. प्लीज मेक अ नोट ऑफ दिस ओवर देयर ओनली. इन द रिएक्शन the n factor is number of H plus neutralized by base. तो याद रहेगा कि हमेशा वो उसकी मैक्स वैल्यू नहीं होती है. In the example I have given the max values. लिखा?
Yes, sir.
And same applies for a base. कैल्शियम हाइड्रोक्साइड का हमेशा n factor 2 नहीं रहेगा. It will be decided by how many H plus ions are being neutralized. ठीक है? So we complete the solved examples, and as I am progressing, I am discussing all the concepts related with that. So मेरे handwritten notes में मैंने short synopsis दिया है, whatever concepts we have discussed up till now, and उसी flow में मैं जा रहा हूँ धीरे धीरे. We are just upgrading in every session. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this was an important question. Now move to the exercise ka 3 hash. The page number 27. Yes?
Page number?
Page number 27. Now the printed notes.
Okay.
Okay. 1 hash 2 hash हो गया ना with this doubts. So इसके पहले तक I have discussed now everything. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now the 3 hash topic is density and vapor density. Density तो हमें पता होता है क्या है, but there is a concept of vapor density. I'll just discuss that quickly. Vapor density is a relative term. Relative term का मतलब there is a comparison when you are describing some parameter. So vapor density is defined as density of a gas, unknown gas it may be, at NTP, the standard condition which you can take as STP also, no issues about it. So density of a gas at NTP with respect to, relative to, the density of a hydrogen gas under the same conditions, that is at NTP, is called the vapor density. Matlab, when the density of any gas is measured with reference to hydrogen gas, that density is called vapor density. Called what? Vapor density. Now, what is density equal to? The ratio of
Mass by volume.
mass by volume. अब NTP पे if I take the standard volume, how much is that?
22.4.
22.4 liter. And that 22.4 liter is for how much of the mass?
Molar weight.
Molar weight, molar mass of the gas, right everyone?
Yes, sir.
So for the standard condition, this volume is going to be fixed, na? Matlab at NTP, if the V is fixed, what is the density related with?
molar volume.
Mass.
मोलर मास, मोलर वॉल्यूम तो फिक्स हो गया ना। सी वॉल्यूम कोई भी गैस का एनटीपी पे तो फिक्स ही है, तो अगर v कांस्टेंट है तो डेंसिटी का रिलेशन मास के साथ कैसा होगा, directly proportional, and that mass will be molar mass. Everyone, yes?
Yes.
So now if the ratio of densities is given, I can say it is also equal to the ratio of the molar mass of the gas upon the molar mass of hydrogen gas. Do we know
Yes,
the
sir.
molar mass of hydrogen?
2.
2. So now a very important relation comes over here. The vapor density, which I'm writing Vd, is equal to molar mass of the gas upon 2, or the molar mass of any gas is always equal to twice into Vd. Molar mass क्या होता है?
Twice into VD.
2 into VD.
Twice the Vd, vapor density. Concept clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's look at the first question. It's not directly related with vapor density. इसके question है, second वाला है. I'll just discuss that. First, observe this first one. 22.4 liter of water vapor at NTP, when condensed to water, occupies an approximate volume of how much liter or milliliter? Given है density of water is 1 gram per ml, which is well known. तो वाटर वेपर का 22.4 लीटर कंडेंस होने के बाद कितना वॉल्यूम ऑक्यूपाई करेगा? दैट्स द सिंपल क्वेश्चन.
18 ml.
18 ml is the answer. And the relation is very simple. See, 22.4 liter of water vapor यानी H2O gaseous form में. So this much liter will be equivalent to what amount of the water?
18.
18 grams. 22.4 liter of any gas is always equal to molar mass because ये 1 mole का volume है. Yes, तो condense होने के बाद this 18 gram would correspond to what volume can be understood by the density of water, which is 1 gram per ml. और हमें पता है water का mass और water का volume equal होता है, मतलब 18 ग्राम 18 ml के बराबर हो जाएगा. And we know that the gaseous vapors on condensation will occupy a very less volume, because gas occupies a huge volume. It tends to occupy the entire available space. But जब condense होगा तो it will occupy a certain volume which is much lesser. और आप comparison देख सकते हो from 22.4 liter condensation होने के बाद सिर्फ 18 ml volume water का रह जाता है. समझा?
Yes, sir.
Existence. अब vapor density related question. The vapor density of a gas is if its density is 0.178 gram per liter. Density दिया है, vapor density पूछा है. How to do it? Approach बताओ खाली.
Mass of 22.4 liters.
Will give
Vd is equal to mole weight upon
And then
2.
you divide by 2.
perfect. Once again, just do the unitary method. यूनिटरी मेथड में मास को कंपेयर करना है वॉल्यूम के साथ. ठीक है. सो 0.178 ग्राम corresponds to how much volume?
1 liter.
1 liter. So 22.4 liter of this would correspond to how much of the mass?
Molar mass.
Molar mass of the gas. So the molar mass of the gas would be equal to 22.4 upon 0.178 ग्राम पर मोल. अब मिला हमें मोलर मास, बट ढूंढना है वेपर डेंसिटी. अभी रिलेशन बता दिया. मोलर मास ऑफ अ गैस इज इक्वल टू
2
2 into vapor.
so फाइनली वेपर डेंसिटी इसका हाफ हो जाएगा. ऐसा नो 11.2 would be divided by 0.178. अब अगर इसको अप्रोक्सीमेट करना है तो 0.178 could be taken as 0.18. 18. Now you just look at the options. 0.178 to 4.089. Are the values apart from each other? काफी अच्छा खासा डिफरेंस है ना. मतलब आप दिल खोल के भी अप्रोक्सीमेशन कर सकते हो यहाँ पर. 0.2 अगर कर दो तो चलेगा क्या?
So I didn't understand how you got
Wouldn't it be 22.4 into
0.178.
0.17?
So the first
Yes,
part
sir,
is wrong.
Oh.
So density. So you should multiply this 22.4 into 0.178.
Yeah, I messed up in the cross multiplication. So 0.178 ये grams मिल गया, and vapor density would be half of that. So can I say it's 11.2 times 0.178? So अगर इसको 0.2 के आसपास भी ले लेते हो तो around 2.24 मिल रहा है, and the value close to that is what? 2.24 से close एक ही value है ना, 2. Even if you consider this as 0.2, approximately you will be getting 2.24, and 2.24 से नजदीक में ये एक ही value है. So when the values are away from each other, you can approximate to a greater extent. That is what I wanted to say.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So out here we can just use a normal formula for vapor density as well, right? So we have the density of the gas, and now we have to find, and then the density of hydrogen will be mass over volume. Mass will be 2, density will be 22.4, and then normal maths, and then we get the answer as 1.99, which will be 2.
Perfect. See, this particular relation is exactly the same relation which you have just said.
Yeah.
Right? When you apply the formula also, you're getting the same relation. Since I am applying unitary method in most of the cases, यहाँ पे मैंने unitary बताया. बाकी obviously you can directly go with the formula density of the gas upon the density of the hydrogen. Now this density is the molar mass upon the volume. So density of the gas is 0.178 upon the molar mass is 2 and the volume is 22.4. Ultimately the relation is same. Has to be.
Yes.
So let's say this is method 1 and that's method 2. Either ways जो strike होता है वो ले लो, बस approach should be correct. Ultimately you should get the correct answer. ठीक है? चलो आगे बढ़ते हैं. 4 balanced chemical equation analysis. Third question from that. 500 ml of a gaseous hydrocarbon when burnt in excess of oxygen gave 2.5 liter of CO2 and 3 liter of water vapor under same conditions. Molecular formula of the hydrocarbon is some volume of a hydrocarbon when burnt in oxygen gave CO2 and water vapor under same condition. Molecular formula of the hydrocarbon is asked. Tell me, how can we do it? सबसे पहला चीज क्या करोगे? Tell me.
So the ratio of
Yeah.
CO2.
Actually,
You should be writing a
Out the
reaction.
CO2.
हाँ?
Yes.
And reaction में we don't know the hydrocarbon का formula, तो क्या ले सकते हैं?
CXHY.
एक unknown hydrocarbon ले लेते हैं CXHY plus the oxygen is in excess and it gives carbon dioxide and water vapor. 500 ml. Can I write 0.5 liter here?
sir.
क्योंकि सामने liters दिया है, so better I convert. This is what is given, and now we have to find x and y.
You can take the ratio as 1:5, the hydrocarbon to the CO2. So you know that
How do you get 1:5?
0.5 liters to 2.5 liters.
Okay.
Yes, and H2O becomes 6.
Hmm.
So
So
then we know that
both one.
carbon dioxide utna carbon.
So you're saying you should take 5 here and 6 here, है ना?
Yes, sir.
And then reverse में you get the value of y as 12 and x as
5.
5. So the hydrocarbon formula is C5H12, and that is the answer. Option 4. Huh?
Can you repeat?
See, for 0.5 liter of the hydrocarbon, the amount of carbon dioxide is given 2.5. So can I say it's 5 times?
Yes, sir.
And 3 liters of water is corresponding to 6 times.
Yes, sir.
So that particular relation is being applied here. And when you go backward, we know that जितना कार्बन उतना CO2 मिलेगा, and जितना हाइड्रोजन रहेगा उससे आधा H2O मिलेगा.
Yes, sir.
इसलिए हाइड्रोजन would be doubled. So Y comes out to be 5. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Now I'll show you one more method here. ये first method consider कर लो. Second method. If I consider CXHY, how many atoms of carbon do you see here? How many atoms of carbon do you see here? X. And in CO2, how many carbon do you see?
1.
1. So now in a balanced reaction, whatever carbons we have on the left should be equal to the number of carbons on the
Right.
right hand side. Matlab the number of atoms on the left and the right in the reaction should always be equal, should always be conserved. So जो concept मैं यहाँ पर बता रहा हूँ उसको बोलते हैं POAC. Full form is Principle of Atom Conservation. Principle of Atom Conservation. And if atoms are conserved, the moles are also conserved on both the sides of the reaction for a particular atom.
Yes, sir.
ठीक है? And अगर मैं moles बोलूँ या फिर volume बोलूँ, that is also one and the same, because under the standard condition, same condition, the volume is proportional with the moles itself, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So अब ध्यान दो ना. First, the volume of the hydrocarbon is 0.5. First I am applying the principle of atoms conservation for carbon. ठीक है? तो hydrocarbon का volume is 0.5 into in the hydrocarbon how many carbon atoms do you see? X. This should be conserved with the CO2 volume 2.5 into the number of atoms of carbon here. How many do you see? 1. So यहाँ पर ये 5 और 6 obviously आपको consider नहीं करना है because in CO2 carbon कितना है वही लेना है because we have already taken the 2.5 of that. So from here the X which is salt comes out to be 5. समझा?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
चलो अगर समझा है तो हाइड्रोजन के लिए बताओ. How do you apply the POAC?
0.5 into y.
0.5 into y
is equal to 3 into 1.
3 into 2.
3 into 2 because water में हाइड्रोजन कितने हैं? डबल है ना, तो यहाँ से सॉल्व करोगे तो y आ जाएगा 12 and once again we get the answer as C5H12. अब क्वेश्चन पूछो कि ये POAC क्या काम का? पूछो.
So what is the use of POAC?
Very good. Now let's say I don't have this balancing. Then can I use the POAC without the balancing?
Yeah.
So बहुत सारे ऐसे reactions होंगे जिसमें you would be requiring a balanced reaction, but शायद वो balancing करना difficult होगा या फिर there would be some information which would be missing. In those scenarios, POAC would help you because whatever relation with respect to the molecule is given, you can just equate that relation with respect to the atom on the right. समझा?
Yes, sir.
एक बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है POAC का. कम टू पेज 29. पेज 29 6 हैश का 1. ठीक है. 25.4 gram of iodine and 14.2 gram of chlorine are made to react completely to yield a mixture of ICl and ICl3. Calculate the number of moles of ICl and ICl3 formed. Iodine and chlorine are reacting, ICl and ICl3 are formed. Reactants का mass given, moles of the product are to be formed. Question simple है? Question simple है?
Sir.
Yes.
Okay, so सबसे पहले obviously you have to start with the reaction. Tell me what will you write?
2 plus
I2 plus
I2 plus
Cl2
Cl2.
I2 plus Cl2,
gives ICl plus ICl3.
ICl plus ICl3. Okay. अब if you want to use the POAC here, सबसे पहले क्या करें?
balance
Product, we need the weight of the products.
We need the weight of the products, but moles are asked.
calculate the moles of
Then 2 mole is to 2 mole gives 1 mole is to 1 mole.
2 gives 1:1. नहीं?
So can't we
Balance
balance
it.
it first?
Yes, see there are again two methods. अगर simple reactions है तो उनको balance अगर कर लिया ना, उसके बाद खाली mole ratio आपको लेना है. That is first method. वो भी मैं बताता हूँ. Balancing simple है, it's 1:2. Balance हो चुका है?
Yes, sir.
So now 25.4 gram of iodine is 25.4 upon 254 moles मिला. Iodine का mass होता है 127. तो I2 का 254. So I will be getting this as 0.1 moles. Similarly, chlorine is 14.2 upon Cl2 will not be 35.5, it will be 71. So ये 1/5 है. 1/5 मतलब 0.2 moles है. Now for 1 mole of I2, how much is Cl2 required?
2.
2. So for 0.1, how much will be required?
0.2.
मतलब this is in complete stoichiometric ratio. मतलब there is nothing limiting or excess. So now you have to just equate it as mole ratio. 1:2 gives 1:1. So if I2 is 0.1, the ICl formed is 0.1 and the ICl3 is also 0.1. So the answer is 0.1 each. समझा? ये तो हो गया बैलेंसिंग के थ्रू. अब सेकेंड POAC अगर मैं अप्लाई करना चाहूँ. See, for solving a question, there are multiple methods. जरूरी नहीं जो मेथड मैंने बताया यू हैव टू फॉलो द सेम मेथड. You can apply your own logic and own approach and get to the answer. Approach correct होगा तो आंसर आएगा ही आएगा. ठीक है. अब यहाँ पे POAC अप्लाई करना थोड़ा ट्रिकी है. Why? Because I2 and Cl2 are giving ICl and ICl3. So atom conservation for the products would be applied twice. क्योंकि the iodine and chlorine are present in both the products. So now POAC for iodine. समझा है अगर POAC तो अब बताओ क्या लिखोगे for iodine.
वन इंटू 0.1.
1 into 0.1 गलत.
2 into 0.
2 into.
It's moles 0.1 into the number of atoms of iodine. I2 is a diatomic molecule ना. So क्या लोगे 2 बराबर.
Yes, sir.
And this should be conserved with the iodine in the product which is present in both of them. Matlab I'll write 0.1 into the moles of ICL plus 0.1.
So shouldn't it be
Sorry,
1 into mole?
1 sorry 1 into moles of ICL into 1 atom of iodine present in ICl3. So 1 into moles of ICl3. And similarly I'll apply the POAC for chlorine. See, this might appear a lengthy with respect to this question, lengthy approach. क्योंकि अगर balanced reaction है तो obviously the first method is simple. But if the reaction is complicated and you don't have the balancing which can be done, then the POAC would always be very very helpful. तो approach खाली याद रखो, ये काफी काम आएगा आपको question solve करने के लिए. चलो बताओ क्लोरीन के लिए what should I write?
0.2 into 2.
Moles into कितने क्लोरीन on the left यानी Cl2 में equal to
1 into N of ICl plus 1 into N of ICl.
plus
1 into N of ICl.
3 into. अब ICl3 में Cl कितने हैं? 3 ना. हम मोल्स को कंजर्व कैसे कर रहे हैं? सी कॉन्सेप्ट है नंबर ऑफ मोल्स इनटू द एटम्स इन द रिएक्टेंट, नंबर ऑफ मोल्स इनटू द नंबर ऑफ एटम्स. ये हमें कंजर्व करना है बस. दिस इज द फंडा ऑफ POAC एप्लीकेशन. और मोल्स की जगह आप स्टैंडर्ड वॉल्यूम भी ले सकते हैं या फिर जो भी गिवन वॉल्यूम दिया है, और यू कैन अप्लाई द वॉल्यूम का रिलेशन. क्लियर है? सो नाउ इफ यू ट्राई टू सॉल्व दिस साइमल्टेनियसली, ये कैंसिल हो जाएगा. दिस विल गिव यू 2 moles of ICl3 and this will give you 0.2. Solving, you will get the moles of ICl3 equal to 0.1, which was the answer we have got. And जब यहाँ पर फर्स्ट इक्वेशन में डालेंगे या कोई भी इक्वेशन में डालोगे, ICl का मोल्स भी 0.1 मिलेगा. This is POAC. Have you understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let's go back to 4 hash. So 4 hash में next one is 5th. The moles of oxygen required for reacting with 6.8 gram of ammonia is, and there is an unbalanced reaction of ammonia and oxygen giving NO and H2O. Oxygen ka moles are asked with 6.8 gram of ammonia given. Chalo. Tell me how to proceed.
Balance.
Balance it.
Balance it. Okay. Will trial and error balancing work here? Is it easy?
Sir, yes, sir.
हाँ बोलो.
NH3 plus 2O2 gives NO plus 3H2. No, 2NH3.
Balance नहीं हुआ है.
नहीं.
Sir, oxygen is in excess.
Yeah, the reaction is complete.
4NH3 plus
Plus
5O2,
7O2.
4NO plus 6H2O.
I think few of the students would directly remember this because it is an important step of one of the standard process.
Nitric acid.
Nitric acid का
Ostwald's
preparation
process.
है and this is called Ostwald's process. ठीक है, और आपने शायद रटोफाई किया था इसका stoichiometric ratio, right? 4, 5, 4, 6
Yes.
किया था ना?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, मान लो आपको ये रिएक्शन का आइडिया नहीं है तो इसको बैलेंस करना थोड़ा डिफिकल्ट होगा और टाइम कंज्यूमिंग होगा. ठीक है, इफ आई नो द बैलेंसिंग और इफ यू नो द बैलेंसिंग इट्स वेरी सिंपल. मोल मेथड है, आप अप्लाई कर लो, काम खत्म हो गया. ठीक है, लेकिन मान लो ये रिएक्शन जो दिया है ये अनबैलेंस्ड है एंड ट्रायल एरर मेथड डजंट वर्क इन द बैलेंसिंग. So here we use the concept of equivalence. Concept of equivalence. So come to the handwritten notes, page 1.9, everyone. handwritten. आगे?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Equivalence is simply the gram equivalence of a substance. Heard of gram equivalents? पहले बात किया है मैंने. Gram equivalents.
Given weight upon equivalent weight.
It's given weight upon equivalent weight. And where have we used this concept? Where have we used this concept? In which concentration term? नहीं, डुलोंग पेटेट लॉ में इक्विवेलेंट वेट यूज किया था मैंने. नॉर्मेलिटी में किया था मैंने. See, when I defined a normality, I said it is the ratio of number of gram equivalents upon the volume of the solution in liter, right?
Yes, sir.
So these gram equivalents are found with respect to the n factor concept. And the n factor in the reaction is nothing but the stoichiometric coefficients of the reaction. जो n factor होता है reaction में वो ये सारे stoichiometric coefficients ही होते हैं. तो अब ये stoichiometric coefficients को बिना बैलेंस किए कैसे ढूंढना है, उसके लिए the concept of equivalence is very important. फंडा क्लियर है? मैं बिना बैलेंस किए इस रिएक्शन का n फैक्टर ढूंढने वाला हूं. कैसे? With the help of redox. With the help of redox. So now ये रिएक्शन अगर आप ऑब्जर्व करोगे तो इट्स अ रिडॉक्स रिएक्शन, क्योंकि ऑक्सीजन इज गेटिंग कन्वर्टेड इनटू ऑक्साइड ना. ये ऑक्सीजन गैस है और ये ऑक्साइड है, मतलब देयर इज डेफिनेटली द चेंज इन द ऑक्सीडेशन नंबर हैपनिंग. Yes or no? Please respond.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So now in this reaction the H is not changing the oxidation state because ये दोनों में combined state में ही है, right? Ammonia और H2O दोनों में the H is in the combined state. मतलब the two species which are changing the oxidation number are nitrogen and oxygen.
Sir.
And if I calculate the nitrogen oxidation number in NH3,
-3.
it's -3. Oxygen, bachelor,
0.
0.
any atom in its uncombined state is 0. Oxide, oxygen ka,
-2.
-2.
nitrogen has to be
+2.
plus 2. So now nitrogen is undergoing,
Oxidation.
oxygen is undergoing.
Reduction.
क्लियर है? मतलब ये redox reaction है, उतना समझ में आ गया?
Yes,
Now
sir.
for a redox n factor कैसे ढूंढते हैं? पेज 1.8 का लास्ट पार्ट F देखो, redox reaction दिया है, क्या लिखा है? read.
Change in oxidation number into the number of atoms undergoing change.
Change in the oxidation number into the number of atoms undergoing that change is the n factor. तो इस रिएक्शन में if I ask you nitrogen का n factor in ammonia will be the change. How much is the change? -3 to +2.
+5.
+5. हम साइन को कंसिडर नहीं करेंगे, हम लेंगे 5 into
One.
क्या करना है?
1.
नंबर ऑफ एटम्स, वो तो 1 ही है, तो इसका n फैक्टर क्या हुआ?
5.
ऑक्सीजन के लिए
-2.
2.
साइन
2
नहीं लेना
into
है.
2.
2.
2 into 2.
ऑक्सीजन इज चेंजिंग फ्रॉम 0 to -2, तो चेंज कितना है? 2 का. एटम्स कितने हैं ऑक्सीजन में?
2.
2.
तो क्या आया?
4.
4. और ये क्या फाइंड किया हमने? n फैक्टर. समझा? तो I have finished explaining page 1.8 the concept of n factor with respect to different relations. यहाँ तक क्लियर है अभी?
Yes,
Yes,
so
sir.
for redox, you have to take number of atoms in reactant side, right?
In the reactant without the stoichiometric coefficient, it's kind of similar to POAC, जहाँ पर unbalanced reaction में हम directly apply कर सकते हैं concepts को. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now equivalence is nothing but the number of gram equivalents. Meaning, can I say it is the numerator of normality? It is the numerator of normality. So number of gram equivalents is what? Normality times
Volume of the
Volume.
solution.
है ना? तो आपने एक फॉर्मूला देखा, normality into volume. And we also know that the gram equivalents is nothing but given mass upon
Equivalent. N factor.
equivalent.
No. Wait.
Yeah.
Equivalent.
This was nothing but weight upon equivalent weight, ना? किया है ना हमने?
Yes, sir.
और जैसे weight upon equivalent weight होता है, I can also say this is also the equivalent ratio of volume upon equivalent volume. And third formula तो मैंने बता ही दिया, normality into volume n into v. ये देखो multiply करोगे तो आ जाएगा. ठीक है? Now what is normality in terms of molarity?
Molarity into valency.
Into n factor.
वैलेंसी को ही हमने अब से n फैक्टर नाम दे दिया है. ठीक है? So therefore normality into volume can be written as molarity into volume into n factor. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now what is molarity into volume का product equal to?
Density.
ना, अरे mass into
Number
volume
of
नहीं है.
moles.
Moles. It's the number of moles. ये molarity का definition से आ जाता है, right? तो finally जो n into v है, that is also equal to moles into the n factor. Just look at the relation now. The equivalence का concept is nothing but equal to the gram equivalents, and there are 4 relations which are all similar. It's weight upon equivalent weight, volume upon equivalent volume, normality into volume and moles into n factor. अब सिंपल क्वेश्चन ये है कि कौन सा फॉर्मूला कब यूज करना है, वो कैसे समझेगा? तो आंसर सिंपल है, अगर आपको क्वेश्चन में वेट दिया हो तो अप्लाई द फर्स्ट फॉर्मूला, वॉल्यूम दिया हो सेकंड फॉर्मूला, नॉर्मलिटी या वॉल्यूम दिया हो, नॉर्मलिटी विथ वॉल्यूम दिया हो रादर, तो थर्ड फॉर्मूला, एंड मोल्स दिया हो तो चौथा फॉर्मूला। समझा?
Yes, sir.
कैसे अप्लाई करते हैं? एक एग्जांपल यही वाले क्वेश्चन के साथ। The reaction given is ammonia with oxygen giving NO plus H2O. Tell me what is asked?
Moles.
Moles of oxygen. And what is given?
Weight.
Weight of ammonia. तो अमोनिया के लिए मैं यूज करूंगा फॉर्मूला नंबर। अब आज के बाद आई विल ऑलवेज से फॉर्मूला नंबर 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4। सो वेट के लिए आई अप्लाई फॉर्मूला नंबर 1 एंड मोल्स के लिए आई अप्लाई 4। एंड टू सॉल्व द क्वेश्चन इक्विवेलेंस किसका इक्वेट करना है? इज सिंपली इक्विवेलेंस ऑफ जिसका दिया है और जिसका फाइंड करना है। मतलब you have to equate equivalence of NH3 with equivalence of oxygen, right?
Yes, sir.
So finally concept of equivalence कैसे अप्लाई कर रहे हैं, ध्यान से देखो। अमोनिया का weight is given, so use the formula number 1, that is weight upon equivalent weight. Now what is equivalent weight?
Molar mass upon n factor.
And what is molar mass of NH3?
17.
17.
Upon n factor, do we know for ammonia? 5, right? 6.8 is the weight, equivalent weight is 17 and the n factor is 5 equals to, अब इसके लिए कौन सा फॉर्मूला यूज करो?
To n factor.
मोल्स इनटू n फैक्टर, एंड मोल्स ही तो फाइंड करना है, तो ये अननोन है, इनटू डू वी नो द n फैक्टर ऑफ ऑक्सीजन?
4.
Now just solve for n. The n will be equal to 6.8 upon 17 into 5 and divide by 4. Am I clear on this?
Yes, sir.
So 17 and 68 goes directly. 0.4. This is 0.1. So the answer is 0.5. Khatam.
Sir, I didn't understand when do you have to use concept of equivalence and when do you have to use POAC method?
Okay, I'll explain that. See, POAC कब यूज करेंगे? When the moles or the volume are to be compared. Moles and volume are to be compared. तो जैसे हाइड्रोकार्बन्स का जो कंबशन वाला क्वेश्चन था, here we had the volume of the hydrocarbon and the volume of the CO2 given.
Yeah.
And then we multiplied the atoms corresponding to carbon for both the cases.
Yeah.
And equate कर दिया. Clear?
Yes, sir.
अब यहाँ पे the moles of oxygen is asked and the weight of ammonia is given, and this particular reaction is first of all a redox reaction. एक combustion भी बोल सकते हैं अमोनिया का, ठीक है, kind of combustion भी है। तो इस केस में if we know the oxidation numbers, see previous में हाइड्रोकार्बन का x and y तो पता ही नहीं था ना,
Yeah.
so can I have the concept of the oxidation number applied here? तो oxidation number का concept is ruled out here. So can I apply the concept of equivalence? No. But with the volumes given for both of the substances, I can apply the POAC relation here. तो ऐसे में POAC आपका काम करेगा। जब आपको मॉलिक्यूल का नंबर ऑफ एटम्स पता ही नहीं हो. Now if you know the reaction but the balancing is not done,
Yeah.
and the concept of redox could be applied, then this equivalence ka concept would always be very very helpful and very very easy to solve, because you don't have the headache of balancing the reaction here. You just have the headache of applying the redox concept, which we have done in detail. I don't think this part would be difficult for anyone.
Yeah. Okay.
Once you know the redox का concept, n factor निकालना आसान है, and apply the concept of equivalence without balancing the reaction, you get the answer. और आंसर में आपको वेट चाहिए, वेट मिलेगा, वॉल्यूम चाहिए, वॉल्यूम मिलेगा, नॉर्मेलिटी चाहिए, नॉर्मेलिटी मिलेगा, मोल्स चाहिए, मोल्स मिलेगा. मतलब just with this concept you can get various possible answers. समझा?
Yes.
So is
sir.
equivalent volume also equal to 22.4 upon n factor?
Very good, perfect. Hang on. Equivalent weight जैसे molar mass upon n factor होता है, equivalent volume भी molar volume upon n factor होता है. यानी this is going to be 22.4 upon the n factor. So if you see in all the four formulas, the hero of the concept is, कौन है hero बताओ? Equivalence का hero कौन है?
N factor.
n factor, right? और इसीलिए n factor को मैंने काफी डिटेल में पेज 1.8 पे आपके लिए डिस्कस करके रखा है. And with the questions I've already discussed the n factor का concept in detail. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Any doubt here? Chalo, eighth one. This is simple. The volume of gas at NTP produced by 100 gram of CaC2 with water. Does anyone know the name of CaC2?
Calcium carbide.
Calcium carbide.
Calcium carbide. Metal with a non-metal always form the anions of the non-metal. So this is calcium carbide. Now calcium carbide को जब water से react करते हैं, तो the metal dissolves in water to form hydroxide, and carbon hydrogen combine to form C2H2. ये भी शायद रिएक्शन पढ़ा होगा, ना पढ़ा होगा तो you should be remembering now. Calcium carbide with water gives acetylene gas and calcium hydroxide, and the balancing is simple, twice. अब अगर आपके पास बैलेंसिंग है और 100 ग्राम ऑफ कैल्शियम कार्बाइड दिया है, कैन यू फाइंड द volume of this gas at NTP? You have to just use the unitary method ना.
Yes, sir.
100 ग्राम के लिए वॉल्यूम फाइंड करना है, and standard relation is the 1 mole of calcium carbide gives 1 mole of acetylene. So the mass of calcium carbide would be 64 grams. Yes.
Yes, sir.
And 1 mole का standard volume तो
26.
22.4 पता ही है. क्रॉस मल्टीप्लाई करो, आपको आंसर मिलेगा 35 लीटर्स. ठीक? लिमिटिंग रिएजेंट. ना कॉन्सेप्ट मैं आपको ऑलरेडी बता चुका हूं. यहां पर आई वांट टू डिस्कस अ शॉर्टकट ट्रिक. ध्यान से देखना. इफ 0.5 moles of barium chloride is mixed with 0.1 mole of sodium phosphate, the maximum number of mole of Va3PO4 twice that can be formed is 0.5 mole of barium chloride and 0.1 mole of Na3PO4. जब भी दोनों reactants का moles are given, you have to first always check what
Balance.
Balance.
check with respect to balanced reaction whether one of the reactant is in limiting or not. ठीक है, तो उसके लिए बैलेंसिंग करेंगे और ये बैलेंसिंग सिंपल है. Ba3PO4 twice. Ba3
3, 2, 1,
PO4
6.
twice. So this will be 6. Balancing okay?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. अब for 3 moles of barium chloride, 2 moles of sodium phosphate is required. So if 0.5 mole of this and 0.1 mole of phosphate is given, is there any limiting reagent?
Sodium phosphate.
Sodium phosphate.
कैसे किया?
0.5 will require 2
Yes,
by
to
3
two.
times 0.5.
0.5 will require 2 by 3, that is 1/3. यानी जरूरत है 0.33 की, अवेलेबल है 0.1, जरूरत से कम is limiting. So definitely LR is sodium phosphate. ठीक है. अब दो molecules के लिए to find a limiting reagent is simple. But if I have a reaction given as 2A plus B plus 3C giving you the products. ठीक है, कुछ भी products बन रहा है. ठीक है. And if I give 2 moles of A, 3 moles of B and 1 mole of C. A, B, C are unknown reactants. Balancing is given and the moles of A, B, C are given. Can you find the limiting here?
3C.
Yes, sir.
C.
So C is limited.
C is limiting. How come?
So
3 moles are
for
required.
1 mole, so 0.33 is the that will be used. That will be used.
9 moles are required.
Yeah, so 9 moles.
For whom 9 moles are required?
C.
C.
So basically you have to compare 2:1:3. So given moles को stoichiometric moles से compare करना है. तो आप एक simple relation क्या करोगे? To find the LR, you just divide the given moles with the stoichiometric moles. These are given moles and the stoichiometric moles are in the balanced reaction. So for A, B and C, just tell me the ratio for every reactant given upon
1:1
stoichiometric.
2:3.
2:2 पहला मतलब 2/2, then
1 by 3.
3/1 and 1/3. अब इनमें जो भी आपका स्मॉलेस्ट वैल्यू है वही आपका LR है. So ये 1 आ रहा है, ये 3 आ रहा है and this is 0.33. बेसिकली आप वही कर रहे हो, लेकिन अगर ये वाला मेथड कर रहे हो तो डायरेक्टली जो भी स्मॉलेस्ट वैल्यू है that will directly be the limiting reagent. ठीक है, मतलब just one more method I have shown. बाकी जो आप ट्रेडिशनल मेथड कर रहे हो वो तो है ही, यहाँ पर कॉन्सेप्ट वही है, nothing is changed. ठीक है. तो here also I'll just divide 0.5 by 3 and 0.1 by 2. Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
This will become 0.05 and this would become 0.1 something.
6.
0.166 आता है. ठीक है. बेसिकली क्लियर है कि 0.05 छोटा वैल्यू है, तो दिस इज योर LR. तो लिमिटिंग रिएजेंट मिलने के बाद यू हैव टू जस्ट कंपेयर द लिमिटिंग वाला रिएजेंट टू द प्रोडक्ट जिसका मोल्स इज टू बी फाउंड. And for that the stoichiometric is to be related. 2 gives 1, so 0.1 gives how much? And the answer is 0.05 moles, right? समझा?
Yes, sir.
Just one more. For the reaction 2P plus Q giving R, 8 mole of P and 5 mole of, yes, 5 mole of Q will produce. तो वापस वही फंडा, गिवन को डिवाइड करो स्टोइकोमेट्री से, गिवन को डिवाइड करो स्टोइकोमेट्री से. So this comes out to be 4, this comes out to be 5, meaning
P is limiting.
P is the limiting reagent.
P is the limiting reagent. So now P को compare करो R के साथ,
Four
and
mole.
2 gives 1, so 8 gives how much?
Sorry.
Answer is 4,
No,
na?
sorry.
Oh, yeah.
4 mole of R would be produced. खत्म. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so till here I have completed with 6 hash. 6 hash का भी मैंने discuss कर दिया है. Now barring the 7 hash, 8 hash and 9 hash is simple. You give a try to the questions till 9 hash. 7 hash में you can start trying. आ रहा है तो ठीक है, otherwise I'll take one session for that concentration terms. Otherwise, most of the stuff is already discussed. Yes.
So how big is this chapter?
See, frankly speaking, mole concept is endless because mole concept will be used in almost every physical chemistry chapter. So बहुत सारे chapter के साथ इसका connectivity है. So जितना भी हम इस chapter में complete कर रहे हैं, in the later chapters, we are again going to use the moles in some or the other way. So don't worry about it. जितना भी हमने किया हुआ है, just keep revising those concepts. We are just going to enhance with every session. ठीक है? So mole concept is not only related with mole concept, it is related to the concentration terms, limiting excess reagent, POAC concept. ठीक है, जितने भी टॉपिक्स मैंने यहाँ पर कराए सब में कहीं ना कहीं मोल्स का यूज हो ही रहा है, राइट?
Yes,
Yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yes.
So whatever I have given in the handwritten synopsis, that is basically, you can say, the syllabus for this particular chapter. और इसके साथ ही redox भी मैंने लिंक किया हुआ है, and redox के लिए भी I have given the handwritten notes. So what I want from your side is you have to go through the handwritten synopsis of redox as well, which is given on page number 2.1. Like after the mole concept finishes, there is redox given. See, handwritten. दिखा गया?
Yes, sir.
So those synopses you have to refer before the next session. Before the next session, I'll explain each and everything, but I want you to revise it first, meaning go through it. So जितना भी extra मैं बताने वाला हूँ, वो आपको easily समझ में आएगा, and you will be able to relate it. So finally, I tell you the homework once again. The homework is 3 hash to 9 hash from the exercise 1. Except 7 hash. If you are trying it and if you are getting it, well and good. Otherwise, 3 hash to 9 hash barring 7 hash is to be completed, and the redox reaction handwritten synopsis to go through.
When
Clear?
is this for?
Huh?
When is this homework due?
Now next Sunday.
Okay, sir.
ठीक है?
So Sunday or Friday?
For medical batch Friday, for engineering Sunday. Since the festival is going on, that's the reason I have merged the two batches today, because I was not able to take on Friday. So medical के लिए till Friday, and engineering के लिए it's till Sunday. And it's not much of the homework, 1.5 to 2 hours का काम है, ज़्यादा नहीं है. ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Okay.